Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Bharti Kaushik, Associate Professor and Head DICT, welcomes you all in this orientation session for PRASHAST, which is a pre-assessment holistic screening for schools. And today, joined with me in this session is Mr. Om Narayan Singh, who is a Senior Technical Consultant
Good
in
morning.
CIET. So friends, thank you very much for joining us today in this orientation program. And without wasting much time, since we have to cover a lot of content, let's directly go to the presentation. So as you might be aware that Prashast is what? I just now said that PRASHAST is pre-assessment holistic screening for schools for shortlisting the children who may have tentative disability conditions at the school level. So, technical team can share the PPT. Yes. So now the next slide. The icon on the screen is the icon that you can find on the Android Play Store. And yes, this is the icon. A person on the wheelchair. This icon you can find in Android Play Store because PRASHAST is available in the format of Android app. So once you download PRASHAST, then you may have few questions in your mind. What is universal screening and what is the present context and why we need this screening tool? So universal screening is basically a systematic assessment of all the students for their strengths, weaknesses, their talents, their special needs, and it is a first step towards formal identification and certification. The present context for PRASHAST is after RPWD Act 2016, we are now, India as a nation, working for 21 disability conditions. And it would be really inhuman to expect that any one person would be well versed with all the 21 disability conditions along with their minor and major symptoms. So we thought of devising a tool which will help our school teachers, irrespective of their familiarity with disability, irrespective of their some training with the disability and disease conditions. This tool will help the teachers, both special and the regular teachers, in conducting screening at the school level. So now this is a glimpse of all the 21 disability conditions that are identified in RPWD Act 2016. And PRASHAST takes care of all these 21 disability conditions in one screening checklist. Now, once you have downloaded the PRASHAST app, what you are supposed to do? Downloading the PRASHAST app, 3 categories of stakeholders can participate in the PRASHAST functioning. First one are the teachers. What the teachers can do now, when I'm saying teachers, I mean the teachers who are the regular teachers, the teachers who are engaged in transaction of curricular areas, say language, mathematics, EVS, and other subjects as well, computers, co-curricular activities, all the curricular areas that teachers are transacting. These are the teachers who are supposed to create an account on PRASHAST, and after creating an account on PRASHAST, this needs to be verified by the principal. And what is the role of the teachers? They have to fill part 1 of the survey. The part 1 of the survey has 63 statements, and I'll be giving the detail of each task that needs to be done by the teachers, the principals and the special educators. So now once the teachers, as a teacher, you have to download the PRASHAST app, create an account and get your account verified by the principal, and so that you can start filling the survey. Now the same fashion, the special educator also needs to download, create an account and get it verified by the principal. Now for special educators, they are associated with more than one school. So they have to get themselves verified with all the school principals with whom they are associated or they are attached with. Then as a principal, you have to create an account and you have to use the email ID that has been linked with the school's UDICE code. This means when you have registered your school on the UDICE portal, at that time you must have given an email ID at the portal. That same ID needs to be used while working as a principal on the PRASHAST app. Once you verify yourself as a principal using the UDICE code, then your next step as a principal or head of the school is to verify the special educators and the teachers. All this will come on the PRASHAST app. The screen that will be used, I'll just come to that in a moment. Now, UDICE code. UDICE code is an 11-digit numerical variable code which first 4 digits represent district, second 2 digits for block, the 3 digits for villages and 2 digits for school. Then this is the landing page of the PRASHAST. The extreme right screen shows the icon when you are on the Play Store and you are trying to locate PRASHAST. So this is how the screen will appear on your mobile. Middle page is once you have installed and opened the PRASHAST app, this is how it will appear. And the extreme right shows the PRASHAST login, registered as new user. This is the landing page of the PRASHAST. Let's move ahead. And as you can see from the landing page which is available on the extreme left also, you can find PRASHAST FAQs right at the beginning, and you can also download PRASHAST ebook as well just from the first page itself. This is done to facilitate use of PRASHAST by those persons who may not be associated with any school having a valid UDICE, but they still want to use PRASHAST, maybe with the help of pen and paper. So this booklet will help them, these FAQs will help them in making use of PRASHAST, a screening tool. Then the middle screen shows the cover page of PRASHAST. And the last screen shows the FAQs. FAQs are probable questions or the questions that we keep on receiving via mail. So if we receive question more than 20-30 times, then we add these questions to FAQs. Okay. So now this screen shows you login. How to log in? Once you have created an account, then you can click on the login button, enter the email and the desired password, and you will be able to log in. Then if you have not already created an account, then you will have to register as a new user. Now, how to log in? Once you click the login, you will be asked to fill the email. You'll be asked to give the password and then submit. And after logging in, see the middle screen shows you the login screen of a dummy teacher called Asha Rani, who is a special educator. That means now on the screen, the middle mobile shot is showing you that we have logged in as a special educator by the name Asha Rani. And on this screen itself, on the top right corner, you can see alphabet A and alphabet A. वर्णमाला का अक्षर अ भी है और English alphabet A भी है. If you click on this icon, different languages will appear on your screen, will show you that screen also. So as a Asha Rani, if I have logged in, the middle screen will come, and on the extreme right, you see the settings, that what all settings are available in the PRASHAST. So that is night mode is there, change password, and language you can select. So this is the extreme left shows you the languages. If you click on the icon that I just mentioned, all these languages are available on the PRASHAST, and if you click on any languages, say for example Hindi, then your screen will change to Hindi language as shown on the right hand side. So how to create an account? For that, you'll have to click on register as a new user. Remember, after just installing Prashast, and when you'll open it, it will ask you either to log in or register as a new user. If you'll click on register as a new user, the first screen on the left hand side will appear, which will say create an account, and you'll have to fill in your email ID. Kindly fill as a teacher, you have to fill in the email ID that you are using currently, because an OTP would be sent to this email ID. And similarly, if you are using this as a special educator, again you'll have to use the email ID that you are using currently, because an OTP would be sent to your mail ID. But as a principal, if you are creating an account and registering as a new user, here you'll have to give the email ID that your school has used while registering on the UDICE portal. So click on next. As soon as you'll click on next, again, the middle screen shows you, please check your email. We have sent a code to your dash mail. So the mail which you have filled in on the first screen, that will also appear as a message. And then a blank box which is asking for you to fill the verification code, and the timer 117 is the timer. So OTP that you will be receiving in your email is valid only for 120 seconds. So many times users keep on asking us that they have not received an OTP. To avoid such difficulty, I'll request all of you, if you are trying to create a new account, kindly check your spam mail also, because many a times your OTP gets to your trash or your spam mail box also, inbox also. So once you receive the OTP, within 120 seconds you have to fill the OTP. Here the user have already filled the OTP, and then you have to verify. And once you verify, then you'll reach another page that will ask you few essential details, and this is part of your registration process. So the usual details like name, gender, designation, phone number. Now if you will notice on the extreme left screen, gender and designations are in drop down. So gender is, you'll drop down, you'll select gender. Designation, only 3 designations are acceptable as of now: the teacher, special educator, and the principal. So select any one of them, and then you will be taken to the next screen if you hit continue. And then in the next screen, the middle screen, the screen is asking you to fill the UDICE information. So just give the UDICE information, click on the checkbox which says that I declare that the above information is true, and then your registration is almost done. So UDICE code would be displayed, and all the related information that the app has fetched from the UDICE portal would be displayed as it is shown on the extreme right hand side. Okay, so now let's assume that a teacher Adi Garg has logged in. So the screen at the extreme left shows you the teacher logged in, and this teacher is able to reach this screen because his or her principal has verified this teacher. Now you can see 6 action points just below: my survey, profile, update, Prashast ebook, about Prashast, and FAQs. So Prashast ebook you can access from this page as well as from the very first page of Prashast app. Same is for FAQ. Now if this Adigar will click on profile, then the middle screen shows all the information that will appear after clicking on my profile. And if you'll click on updates, the right screen shows you about the updates of the Prashast, which version is there and what it is supposed to do. Okay. So now if as a teacher, I am clicking on about Prashast. I'll be taken to the middle screen, and for FAQ again you are familiar how the FAQ works. So now let's assume that this teacher Adi Garg clicks on the survey, my survey. So once you click on my survey, the middle screen appear which shows you the class and also gives you the number of students for which the teacher has filled the survey. And in case you're clicking my survey for the first time, then you have to start new survey, which is at the down of the middle screen. You can start new survey. There you will be asked to fill in the details. The extreme left screen shows all the details that you need to fill in: name, gender, date of birth, enrollment number, class, section, father's name, mother's name, and then this click on the add button and students would be added to the PRASHAST app. The data would be added. Now you might be wondering why all these details are required. As you and I know, once in a class, there are many students sharing the same name and date of birth. So all these data, this data will help us in identifying the students. So that is why we are asking for all this data. So let's move on. So the next screen gives you, okay, suppose the Adi Garg has clicked on the class 2. So the next screen shows you students, 2 students for whom this teacher has filled the survey. One is Ashna 1 and another is Ashna 2. For Ashna 1, the teacher has saved, submitted and reviewed the survey. That is why the green dots are appearing. For Ashna 2, the teacher has yet to start the survey. The detail of Ashna is available. If you click on the profile, you will be able to see the profile of Ashna. And on the extreme left hand side, you can see some statements. These are the statements of the part 1 survey. I hope this is clear till now. Now let's move on to the login of special educator. Again, the 6 action points, and let's start with clicking on my survey in the special educator login page as well. Once you click on my survey, you'll be able to see all the schools that are with whom you are associated or attached with. So these are the schools, and only one principal has verified Asha ji as a special educator, and for the next 2 schools it is appearing need verification. Then again the survey list will be shown class wise, and for that you'll have to click on each school list, school name. Next is, let's suppose you have clicked on class 4, then you'll be able to view survey, you'll be able to see the profile also. When you click on view survey, it gives you the detail of the child, and it will also give you what all disabilities are observed in part 1 of the screening tool. Now here the special educator is not supposed to fill the part 1 of the survey. That is to be filled by the regular teachers or the content teachers. Special educator will be able to view what all disabilities are suspected on the basis of part 1 of the survey. For Chirag, the teacher has clicked on 4 statements, and based on these 4 statements, the 4 disabilities are suspected in Chirag. So the extreme right screen shows what all disabilities are suspected after part 2. Drop down is there, you will be able to see them, and then as a special educator you have to put in your observation details. Then there are some start behaviors given in the PRASHAST booklet part 2. So as a special educator, your duty is to go through the PRASHAST part 2 booklet, and then you'll have to click on whether you have observed some of the start behaviors or not. Okay, so this screen we have covered, this we have covered, this also we have covered.
Next. This is the school has consolidated data.
This is the Om sir would like to add here.
Here we can find out the school-wise consolidated data. So whatever data we have already captured into this PRASHAST app, we can find it out in the consolidated sheet, and it can be downloaded and it can be reused for further official purposes.
Right. So PowerPoint फिर से दिखा दीजिए. Okay. So as a principal also, again the task is almost all the same. Now in the principal section point, okay. This is it. No.
Principal login.
Yes.
No, this is also survey list.
Okay, there is some flaw in the flow of PPT, but let's assume the principal's login is also almost the same as the special educator's login. This one? Yes.
Principal login survey list.
This one. So this is the principal's login landing page on the extreme left. Then survey list is also there, which the principal is able to see for the all of the classes in his or her school. And the extreme right, if you click on any particular class, the details of all students would be available. Next one कर लेते हैं.
लैपटॉप में करिए.
नहीं, इसमें करिए. हाँ, this one. Then again all the action points are given. Then as a principal you will be able to verify and all that. Next screen पर आ जाइए. हाँ. See. Yes. So here you can see the principal has verified 2 special educators and the rest need to be verified, and here you are able to see the special educators who have been verified by this principal. Next is the school-wise consolidated data that the principal has gathered after using the PRASHAST. And these are some of the other screens of the PRASHAST. Now PRASHAST app statistics that we all are tracking at the back end. CIT NCRT team is finding how many total registered users, how many users have created their profile. So this table shows that. This may not be visible to you, but it is visible with the back end. So, and this list gives you the state-wise users. So if you are from different states, just see your number. I want to see the increase in numbers as soon as possible. As of now, Andhra Pradesh is topping the charts with 1491 users, and Delhi is not far behind with 1088 users. So you'll have to increase your presence on the PRASHAST app. And this is the rating on the Play Store that we have received on PRASHAST. So help us increasing this rating by giving us more reviews. And this is rating and reviews. And then next is the screenshot of the queries that we are receiving, and these are the next one is the important links. That these links are available within the PRASHAST app also. Regular statistics, ebook, download PRASHAST, and advocacy videos are available at these links. The 4 links are given, and today's session link will also be made available. And this is the earlier orientations that we have done on the PRASHAST app. And the right hand side shows the letter that has been sent from the desk of Joint Director CIT, Professor Amrendra Behera, to all the states and directorates. So this is all about the PowerPoint from our end. This is all about the presentation of PRASHAST from our end. Now I invite the questions and the queries from the participants or from the viewers who are seeing us, who are connected with us live. So any questions, any queries, any observations, anything that you would like to ask us? We have technical expert also with us. So in case you are having some problems in logging in, some problems in taking the survey or seeking verification from the principal, this is the right time to ask. You can type in the chat box. ओम सर, वुड यू लाइक टू ऐड समथिंग कि किस तरह की टेक्निकल क्वेरीज हमारे पास आई हैं पिछले सेशन में भी?
Yeah, in general, we most of the times we follow that the queries are coming from the users that we are not able to log in as the principal associated with the UDICE code. I must request check the email ID being associated with the UDICE code so that it can be the principal can be logged in properly without any type of problems. And second thing is that password. Password is it should not be weak password, like it should be uppercase, lowercase, and special characters as well as numeric values. The combination of all you can put as the password so that it can consider as a very strong password, and you won't be put any type of troubles and any type of login to the applications.
Om sir, do you remember there was a principal in the last session who was
Yes.
asking us that despite giving the proper mail ID, the principal was not receiving any notification for verification of special teachers and teachers. What could
Yes.
be the problem there?
Yeah, in that situation, the principal was trying for the wrong Gmail ID associated with the UDICE code. Later on, we just to convince them to add the proper what is the mail ID associated with the UDICE code. Then the problem got solved.
Okay, so basically you are trying to say that the principal was using the email ID that he or she is currently using, but not the mail ID that was associated with the UDICE code. So friends, as a principal, you have to ensure that you will be using only that email ID which is attached with your UDICE registration, with your school's UDICE registration. If that is not used, then you will have problems of verifying your teachers and special teachers. Any other question that might be coming to your mind? For example, I remember a teacher was insisting that he or she is not able to take the survey because the principal is not verifying him. So I believe this is how it has answered.
Yes.
That the email ID needs to be correct.
Yes.
So if we have some questions, technical team can forward the questions to us. Ji. The screen shows lot of interaction. Okay, how to remove the double entry?
It won't accept first of all.
Removal of double entry needs to be done at the back end. So for that you'll have to write to PRASHAST support desk, giving the details that how and what is to be done and what double entry needs to be removed, and we'll help you out with that. So the second query that I've received is the app available on iPhone App Store?
No,
Om sir?
we are just planning to add this iPhone iOS, so not yet been developed.
Okay. As of now, the app is available only
Android.
for Android phones. It's not available for iOS. Next is, first teacher has to log in and then principal also needs to log in to verify.
Yes.
Explain कर दीजिए थोड़ा. हाँ. First teacher has to log in and then principal also has to log in. This is the query.
No, not like that. Principal and teacher both should be logged in parallel. But the thing is that the teacher is associated with the school and the school principal as per the UDICE code. Then once the teacher is got logged in into this app, so it will go to this principal's login. Principal will get one pop-up message and Gmail also in parallel, so that he can get verified to the teacher or special educator. Then the teacher or special educator, they can go into this app and click the survey options. They can
Okay.
get the survey options.
So basically, in any order, the principal and teacher can log in. Right? The only thing is you have to create an account, you have to register, both
Yes.
needs to be registered. And UDICE ID needs to be correctly filled, the email IDs should be correct, only then the app works smoothly.
And in the meantime, we are just planning to provide you some sort of demo IDs of this principal and special educators as well as teachers, so that you can test it and provide your valuable suggestions, so that we can modify it further for better applicability and better usability to the users level.
Yes. And all the suggestions, all the feedback, all the observations are more than welcome because they'll help us in strengthening the end user experience on the Prashast app. Remember, friends, this is one of its kind app and screening tool that caters to all the 21 disability conditions. So let me ask one more time. Do we have another queries, technical team? So there are no more queries. So,
Too much time to open.
okay, app is taking too much time to open. So if app is taking too much time to open, sir, what could be the possible reason?
Yeah, might be you just need to update the applications in the Play Store, or you can just, if it is the existing application there because of some sort of cache files on some sort of file is memory issue, so some sort of issues are there. So in that situations you just remove the process app and reinstall it again. So all your data associated with the UDIS code, your mail ID as well as your name, all will be remain same without any loss. You can get it uninstalled and reinstall it again.
Okay. So basically you have to check in your net connections as well
Yes.
as uninstall and reinstall the app. So then we also seem to have few more questions there. Sir, over to you.
Application related to only special children.
Hmm.
Yes, this application is basically based on this RPWD Act, and we just covering up all these 21 disabilities conditions which are not visible at all for the children. So in that situation, this is only for special children only, not for the general children.
Yeah, but I would just like to add on to this because this is a theoretical question and conceptual question. So, all children may show some behavior issues one time or the other time. So, it helps us in reaching to a logical conclusion using the part 1 of the Precious survey, whether the child has some disability issues or not, disability related issues or not. So there is another question which
If a
says,
single teacher is handling the school, so there must be some sort of UDIS code, because all these applications, total application process app is based on the UDIS code only for this security purpose. And if single teacher is handling the school, then he must have some sort of UDIS code. He
yes.
can utilize this UDIS code and smoothly run the application.
Yeah, even in a single teacher school, then the same teacher will be in dual role as a principal as well as a teacher. So both the mail IDs, the teacher need to access and do the needful. And as a special educator, you can take help from your primary health services or primary health center, which is available in the vicinity of the school. That person can log in as a special teacher and then help you in getting observation on the part 2.
They enroll children of specific school or can enroll others which fall in the habitation of the service.
See, for the habitation of the survey, the only thing is anybody and everyone can use Prashast app provided you have a valid UDIS ID. Right, sir?
Yes.
So we need to just have a valid UDIS ID. We need to have the school registered on the portal and then you'll be able to use it, use the app. I hope we are able to answer your queries. And friends, this is not the only session that we are having on the uses of Prashast. Tomorrow also at the same time on the same YouTube channel we will be available. I will be available, Om sir would be available, and we would try to get another expert also who will be able to answer your queries and who will be able to take you through the Prashast app the way I have taken you today. So now, um,
I mean, children of other schools.
yeah, I mean, you have to work for the children of your own school. Because if you will try to enroll children from other schools, then how the special educators will be able to give observations on the part 2? Because special educator also need to observe the children. As a general teacher, you might enroll the children studying in schools other than yours, but the special educator should also be able to observe these children. The choice is yours, how you want to work around Precious, because the last thing is, as a principal, when the principal logs in, the school-wise consolidated data should travel to the assessment and certification camps. If you have enrolled, if you have added children who are not from your school, then there is a possibility that a confusion may arise at the level of assessment and certification camps, or when the data travels from your school to the cluster level, to the block level, and then to the district level. To avoid that confusion, it is advisable to work only for the students of your own school.
ये तो ये बता दी.
We have covered this question.
Can we enroll the children of other schools?
So friends, time to wrap this session. See you tomorrow, same time. By then, keep experimenting, keep using Precious. Let us help populate data on Precious, and let's improve state's performances, our own state performance on Precious, so that the data gives us some happy figures, especially for states whose registration is less than 100 also, expecting to see some improvement in the usage of Precious, because I have heard that many persons are using Precious with paper and pen instead of working directly on the Android app. So time is to use Precious in the Android app. So happy working with Precious, and see you tomorrow. And in case you have some queries, we will be here tomorrow, and you can see us live tomorrow and interact with us tomorrow also. So thank you, Om sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining in and making this session so live. Thank you.